Here we go. Malonga against Boston, and Phantom controls the opening tip. And it's Tip running the point to start game number 4. It's a post touch for Boston. Bully ball. Aaliyah Boston, the finish over Malonga.
We're talking a lot about Malonga. Aaliyah Boston says, do not forget about me. Nice post-entry pass right out of the gates.
Aaliyah coming off a 3rd consecutive All-Star nod. All-league 2nd team. Bueckers fadeaway swish. Oh yeah, she says. Welcome, Paige, to Unrivaled.
Paige Bueckers with the great fadeaway, and I love the way that she scores. She's going to make the read right, just like Kelsey Plum's going to make the right read. This is going to be an awesome matchup.
Quick 4 for Boston. Bueckers with the head fake, working in the post. Paige Bueckers, the 6-footer. Rise and fire. It rolls off the iron. As Kelsey Plum tiptoes back off the ball. Hayes takes matters into her own hands. Rebound Malonga. Quick outlet to Rickea Jackson.
Now, Rickea Jackson, one of these X-Factor players who can really get it going. She can light it up, and you know the beauty is a beast.
Hey, now.
We were waiting on that, Lise.
Good-looking shot by Jackson. Last winter in Unrivaled, averaged 13.6 points per game. That was top 16 in the league as Plum works off the ball, lets it fly off the back iron.
And you know this is a fast-paced game in general, but both of these teams, you can see the quickness they're getting into their actions.
Paige Bueckers with trickery in Miami. Plum outlet. Hayes with the sidestep. Back to Plum. Fires a 3. Rebound Jackson. You weren't kidding, Sarah. Up and down we go on this condensed court. It's 72 feet in Unrivaled. Not the traditional 94 feet. Pocket pick, Kelsey Plum. Little wiggle, little shake and bake. Feed the ball to Boston. She has all 6 Phantom points.
And what a beautiful job by Kelsey Plum to penetrate, pull it back out. Look like she's showing some patience to find Boston underneath.
Kelsey Plum averaged a career-high 5.7 assists per game in Los Angeles. A fresh start after a long, successful run in Las Vegas. Oh, she is quick and nifty around the cup.
I really love the way Kelsey Plum plays her outside game, but she talked about being patient in this 3-on-3, recognizing she has more time than she thought when she's on offense, and picking and choosing her spots to score and also pass.
Okay, now Kelsey Plum, that's a killer assist.
Well, you know, I call her Kelsey the Killer. She's done a great job, but she talked about, she said, Lisa, I'm going to be more patient. I'm going to do better when I get an opportunity to pass to my teammates to make sure I'm being an excellent leader.
Good play by Hayes. Malonga to stretch the floor. Swirls home a 3. Money Malonga to make it 10-9.
Everyone on the floor, opportunity to work inside, outside, and don't sleep on her ability to stretch things out.
Coach Noel Quinn says Dominique Malonga is so cerebral. Great touch in her hands. A student of the game, Kelsey Plum, the answer. It only took us 3+ minutes to find out all of these new players in this particular game, they fit Unrivaled. That's for sure.
They don't feel very new.
Plum against Bueckers. This is a matchup to watch tonight and all season. ISO for Jackson. Oh, the beauty is a beast.
Come on. I might start calling her Elsa right now because she's going to let it go. Well, you know, the blonde hair. You got it?
I got you. We got you.
Boston comes up empty, has been efficient early. A lot of scoring in the first 4 minutes. Malonga, deep logo 3. Maybe the easiest rebound for Aaliyah Boston in her career as Plum steps in. And the physicality is picked up here in this first quarter.
Kelsey Plum pushing all the right buttons. Watch this pass. Just a beautiful job behind the back for Traylor and Aaliyah Boston.
But you know, she also got that step back 3. And Kelsey Plum, Killer Plum, she's ready today.
3 assists as well for Plum. Can orchestrate the offense. He'll play with great players, an Olympian and a gold medalist, of course, but really has an opportunity to be the floor general. Great to see Ari McDonald back on the floor. Suffered a broken foot this past summer, her first time on the floor in 5 months. Cameron Brink is out there as well.
See that the game is going to be physical. The officials letting you play a little bit. Body up. Keep a body on somebody. Stay physical. And don't play too much finesse basketball because it's not going to work.
Around the basket, Area Fenn. Unable to hit. Cameron Brink.
Right on
clears it. You like when that happens, huh? McDonald finds Brink, who was with Lunar Owls in training camp last year, did not play due to injury. Jackson with patience.
Great patience, and I like the fact that Jackson was able to bring it up. She saw that Natasha Cloud, the smaller players on her, go to the basket. Excellent read.
6 for Jackson to lead Breeze in a tie ball game about 5 minutes into this first quarter. Season 2 off and running. Cameron Brink just picked up the foul, her first. And the first foul of our first quarter. That explains the pace.
Well, Brendan, we got a chance to go and watch Phantom play quite a few times, and Kiki Irifin has probably had some of the best practices that we've seen. Her ability to finish on the inside, also the outside three, Sarah, she's able to knock that shot down, and also defensively. So, I mean, when you look at the style of play and the person that she is, her body, she will do excellent out here in 3-on-3 as well.
Roz has some insights for us on Breeze, new to Unrivaled, of course.
Yeah, Brendan, earlier you talked about how Team Breeze, they're the youngest team at Unrivaled. I spoke with Coach Noelle Quinn, who said this is the youngest squad she's ever had as a pro coach. And for her, it's refreshing to get back to that level of teaching and not assuming that players understand or know every detail already. And for her, it's a cute challenge, too. She said, they're keeping me young. I got to keep up with the TikToks and all the dance moves. She said, I feel like an auntie out here. But even though her team likes to have a lot of fun, she's really impressed with the purpose and focus that they put on the court, even though they're young. They're super competitive.
Well, first of all, Lisa keeps us young with the TikToks. I feel like you're the one that keeps us on it, but they may be young. You got the top 2 picks in last year's W draft. You got 5 top 5 picks. So there is a high level of talent, despite the fact that they are a young group.
She even called herself the auntie. I thought that was good. Maybe Noe gets into a TikTok soon. She might have no choice.
Listen, I love it. I like doing the TikToks with kids, with adults, whomever. I think it's fun and entertaining. I learn a lot from TikTok, too.
Bueckers is back into action. First breather for Rakia Jackson. Hayes, Iriafen, and Natasha Cloud, the lone returner for Phantom. When we did the draft show on TNT, she was pumped to be back with Ghost Gang. And it's Ari McDonald, Cameron Brink, and Bueckers, who is heading to the line for 1 worth 2.
Well, you know what's nice about having Ari McDonald on the floor with Bueckers? Bueckers can play off the ball, come off some of those screens. We saw that was a nice play and set that they just ran. Even though she missed the shot, she got fouled. That's a little bit of a different look. Bueckers used to playing the 2, also the 1, but as a scorer like that, Sarah.
Lisa, I love that because we obviously have seen Paige Bueckers put up monster numbers in terms of point production, but she is in so many ways such a passer and looking to pass that I like her in this game looking for her shot as well.
It's an 8-0 Breeze run. We talked to Bueckers the other day as Cameron Brink stands tall, helps up Kiki, and Paige said the 3x3 is one-on-one glorified. And it looks to pick apart separate matchups from game to game. That's Hayes, tees up a 3. Brink is there on the glass. Final minute, first quarter. Breeze has caught the momentum, wind at its sails as Bueckers leans and scores. Vintage Paige Bueckers.
Paige Bueckers, get the popcorn, get the bucket out, because she's starting to heat up, folks. 6 points for Paige Bueckers.
The mid-range will not go away, and Paige is a key reason why. She loves the mid-range game. And even Noelle Quinn joked, you know, the tough 2s is what we don't want, but you got that spot, Paige, you keep taking it.
Well, because she creates room and she gets to her spot with her size and ability to elevate. She understands how to use those angles.
Well, she also talked about the mid-range game and just how, you know, a lot of the young players don't like it. That's still part of her favorite part of the game, is getting to that mid-range, and you've seen her score there twice already.
Iriafen, an all-star in her first pro campaign, looks to carry it over. Bueckers finds Brink. Bueckers Brink bucket for Breeze and a 6-point lead.
And although Bueckers and Brink are new to Unrivaled, they have played 3-on-3 together before.
Brink is called for a foul.
Well, really, you look at both of these teams, and across the board, there's a ton of 3x3 experience between Boston, Iriafen, Kelsey Plum, of course. You mentioned Bueckers and Brink, Rakia Jackson.
Well, when we watched them play and even practice in some of the scrimmages, the only problems that we saw the Breeze have was foul trouble. Cameron Brink, early foul trouble, 3 fouls. And in the scrimmage, also, Dominique Malunga had 3 early fouls. Young players, again, they're going to have to play through it, but you've got to learn to play without fouling. And sometimes you might get cooked. You got to let it go.
This game moves so quickly. Have to have a short-term memory. Shot clock is off for Paige Bueckers. Crossover move. Here comes Paige. Oh, my goodness. In her bag. Ball away. We'll shoot 2, rather 1 for 2. Caught myself there.
I saw you.
These unrivaled rules. We're all back after 9 months. And those of you who are new, like Paige Bueckers, welcome.
When you left Miami, I thought you just stayed here for the last 12 months.
It's good to be back.
9 months.
See, Lisa, Sarah and I deal with the cold weather in the Northeast, so we're happy to be back.
Good luck with that.
It's 10 points for Paige. Cloud heaves 1. And at the end of 1 quarter, in our final game of opening night in season 2 of Unrivaled, Breeze is coasting out to a 6-point lead. Paige Bueckers, welcome to the show. It's Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. As we take a look at second quarter action for the Samsung Galaxy Game View, powered by Galaxy S25 Ultra. This crisp picture of Sephora Arena on phones, folks, Samsung phones. Paige Bueckers looking smooth. Malunga there to the rescue. A batted ball. Kate Martin fakes the dish. Up to Kelsey Plum, who cooked with the dishes early and snagged by Malunga. Paige Bueckers says of Dom Malunga, she is a cheat code out there. They try to establish a 2-woman game. Martin catches the backdoor and scores her first bucket of 2026.
A dot by Bueckers, and that's just a great cut by Kate Martin to get herself open with that leeway to the hoop.
You get a late whistle there. It's Martin with the reach. That's her first. Cameron Brink, just to keep you folks caught up at home, 3 personal fouls in the first. So vital for Malunga to be a force, but also stay out of foul trouble.
Well, she has 0 fouls right now, 6 minutes left to get to the half. If she can maintain that for the Breeze, they really put themselves in a good position.
Plum tees up a 3, knocks it down in your eye.
But if you don't slow down, kill it, Plum, he's still going to be a problem.
2 3 balls for Plum. Face guards Martin. She gets by Plum and scores it.
Money Martin, we're used to seeing her pull it up from the 3, but nice job from downhill.
Well, Martin had limited action as Boston looks to stretch the floor. Martin, limited action with laces, but in moments, in spurts, she got time. She looked pretty good.
Well, and I think with the spacing on the floor, you see more of that from a player like her.
Just 6 games with laces. Malunga looks to stretch the floor, and Cloud lays off. It's Phantom basketball down 7. Lisa, from Phantom, how can they chisel and cut into the deficit?
Well, I think Phantom's doing a nice job of executing their offense. Continue to get the ball to Plum. I do like the pick and roll. Right there, nice kick out from Cloud. Plum just misses the shot, but you got to love the execution.
Martin slams the brakes, and hands are in the cookie jar. Kelsey Plum, not a smooth theft, but a reach-in foul.
Picks up a foul. I think more of it for Phantom, too, is on this defensive side, trying to slow down Breeze. You know that they've got scorers on their team, but can they get some stops here then to try and shorten that gap?
Bueckers puts the head down, fades away. Cloud shields her. Outlet, 1 player to beat for Plum. Walk into a 3. Kate Martin boxes out Natasha Cloud. And it's Cloud who commits the foul. Good sportsmanship. Cloud knows how to play hard on defense, respects that game. As Hayes checks in for Cloud. Now, you mentioned something about Phantom's offense. And one thing Kelsey Plum told us after playing in some of the preseason, she didn't realize we actually have a lot of time to generate an offensive possession. It's an 18-second shot clock. As Martin makes her move on Kate Martin inside presence.
Kate Martin doing a nice job of attacking Kelsey Plum. Kelsey's got to do a little bit better job keeping Martin in front of her.
Ball screen, Boston on the roll. Skip it to Hayes. Diagonal cut to the basket. Tiffany Hayes will shoot 1 for 2, and Cloud is trying to salvage that last trip as she swallowed the foul.
It was a hard collision and she was going for the loose ball, but you look right here, Kate Martin, exactly what you're talking about. Lisa turns the corner on Kelsey Plum, and she's been able to use her size, her ability to get to the basket, similar to what we often see from Tiffany Hayes, the quickness that she has in darting to the basket, does so right there.
Yes, and I love that matchup. When you look at Hayes and Rakia Jackson, both players, not necessarily, the game's not similar, but that defense from Tip Hayes is going to be all over Rakia. But Rakia is not afraid of the contact.
Rakia Jackson finds Malonga streaking in for 2. By the way, Tip Hayes, teammate of Renee Montgomery at UConn. This is a nice play by Rakia.
Yeah, just beautiful wraparound. I mean, that's right on the spot. And for as much as we see Rakia Jackson be able to get to the front of the hoop, she draws in the defense there and showcases her versatility.
Tip Hayes drills it. Renee is shouting in the studios. Don't forget Fort halftime with Lauren, Candace, and Renee.
I think they're just drinking pina coladas back there.
Tip again. Oh, with the drip. Tip Hayes gets Phantom right back into it. Down 3.
Talked about Coach Ronika. Talked about, you know, her sister was my teammate, so it's kind of hard. But Coach Ronika talked about the opportunity that she had to coach these women and her excitement, but also to be able to motivate them, Sarah, to get out here, have the heart and fight that it takes to win. Don't back down from anybody.
That's a huge part of it, and we talk a lot about, yeah, it's the X's and O's, it's the strategy, it's the skill set, but it's also the mental part of this game and how important that becomes. And don't forget Dana Evans, too, out with injury as well.
Hayes just picked up her 3rd foul. Phantom with 3 team fouls, 2 for Breeze. Hayes takes flight and lays it in. Tiffany Hayes has caught fire, 10 points to lead Phantom.
She's a blur. Watch out for her in the open court.
Or a ghost.
Ooh, okay, B.
No.
Oh, man, well, I mean, you know, Lisa Leslie says no. Well, can it? Tip Hayes is feeling it.
Oh, that was a heat check. It came off her hands just short, but I'm not mad at you, Tip Hayes. Go ahead and take over.
We'll take the strain to break. 8 points, each player with 3 field goals made. Paige gets a breather for now. Vibing a little bit to the Interrant music.
I love it. I love everything about it. Her disposition, personality, performance, all of it.
Shout out Sephora Sound Booth with the DJ cranking the tunes. As we head over to Roz, joined by a special guest.
Hey guys, yes, I am here with Flo Rida. What's up? How you doing? It's opening night at Unrivaled. What were you most excited to see here?
I mean, you know, it's just amazing. Starting off the new year, you know, coming to see some great rivalry, great energy, you know. Definitely was amazed to see one of the young ladies dunking in the warm-up. Yeah.
That's Dominique Malonga. That's one of the top young talents in women's basketball. And then there's another one out there, Paige Bueckers. Like, you've gotten to see her. She's the one with the mid-range. Like, what do you love in Paige Bueckers' game out here?
I mean, the consistency and the fact that she goes up the court and, I mean, not just delivering the ball, passing it, but she has a great shot.
Yeah, and I heard you came to Unrivaled last season, so you're a repeat visitor coming back this year. In particular, what do you like about the 3-on-3 format in this game?
I mean, I love the fact that it's fast-paced, that you can't hesitate, that you got to actually go hard when you're out here.
Yeah, and you're a big supporter of women's sports in general. What's driving that passion?
I mean, I have 7 sisters.
Oh.
I'm the only boy, you know, so definitely, man, I'm always very supportive of women.
Older, younger, where are you in that?
I'm the youngest.
What? And so you're the baby boy and all of that?
Twin sister.
Wow. Okay, so what have you learned from your sisters?
I mean, you know, ladies first.
You know what? That's a great lesson in this life. Hey, thank you for coming out and supporting. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, back to you.
Flo Rida, good stuff.
I like that Flo Rida with 7 sisters.
And a twin? Oh, my goodness.
Come
All right.
on, respect. We are really happy to see him out here. And a lot more men have come out and support Unrivaled in women's basketball in general because they realize whether it's been their moms, their sisters, or daughters, they really fell in love with the game of basketball and that these women play basketball just like the men. There's no difference, and we love that.
Kelsey Plum with the wiggle to the rim. Malonga has filled it up on the block as well on the Breeze side of things. Coming up at the half, stay tuned for the Unrivaled halftime show presented by Ford with Lauren, Candace, and Renee back in Atlanta. Malonga's in foul trouble, so is Cameron Brink. Kelsey Plum is going to check out. She's got 4. Pardon me, Malonga's still with 0 fouls. I beg your pardon. Kelsey Plum's got 4. That's huge. As we take a look, Malonga is hovering near a double-double. She's done a good job staying out of foul trouble.
Excellent job staying out of foul trouble. And that was one of the keys that Coach talked about, Coach Noel Quinn, to her staying out of fouls. But I like the fact that she's out here rebounding, guarding. She can guard any position with the mismatch. And Kiki's just having a little bit of a tough time. I think maybe if she slows down just a little bit, she can put that ball in the basket.
No question. And I think that's a part of it. Again, we look at these new players and the talent that they have and what they can have an opportunity to do. And sometimes it is that feel-out process, getting acclimated to it. You say this often about a lot of things. For as much as you can practice and scrimmage and preseason, it still is a different platform here and having this opportunity in this game setting.
And one of the things I find, especially now that I've been working with the younger players, trying to get them to have a change of pace. Just a split second to stop, and then you explode again, as opposed to catching it and moving at the same pace every single time. That's where you sort of get in trouble and a little bit off balance.
Kiki, a native of Los Angeles. Multiple degrees in her college days, Stanford, USC, and had a great first season in Washington.
All-star.
16 double-doubles, a new Mystics franchise record. That time, the bigs connect, sharing the wealth. It's Boston on the block.
Aaliyah Boston really putting on a post clinic. I mean, we're talking about Malonga, but don't sleep on Aaliyah Boston's footwork, her ability to seal. Just excellent. I mean, excellent. We should be spotlighting that more. My bad, Aaliyah, my bad.
Well, and even early on, for as much as we're talking about pick and roll play and the passes, so much of that too comes down to her timing and where she's setting screens, when she's slipping, how she's able to get behind the defense. And again, the defense she has shown in many instances here on Malonga, but she's been terrific so far.
Yeah.
First time in a bit, Bueckers has scored. We're tied at 39. Bueckers has 12. Remember, at the end of one, Breeze led by 6. Tie ball game. Cloud draws Bueckers in the air. Face up by Boston. Lob pass to Iriafen. Chisels out space. Jackson stands tall. They play on. I think they wanted the shot clock violation on the Breeze side. It winds up not mattering there. Except now they got to fix the clock. Talk to the scorer's table. That was a congested play inside.
Well, there was a lot of confusion. Was there a foul called or not called? Players are yelling at the officials, but you know, this game is much more physical than I think even the earlier games that we saw. But it's because the players are initiating it.
Bueckers flips it. Jackson, downhill action. Spinning. Fumbles it momentarily and got it to go. Rakia Jackson, talk to him. 10 points.
The beauty is beasting in the paint right now, and I see you. I say, yes, ma'am. More of that. I love to see when Rakia Jackson comes out and she's playing physical. Yes, she can shoot the 3 ball, but get on the inside, take advantage of the mismatches.
Coming off a career best year in scoring with the LA Sparks. Cloud navigates, finds Boston, 3 ball. Box out Iriafen. Oh, and she wishes she had that one back. Shot clock off. Breeze by 2. Bueckers to go to work. Paige Bueckers. Sidestep, 3-pointer. Paige Bueckers, a buzzer beater. 15.
Popcorn Bueckers!
Debut.
Come on with the walk-off 3-pointer. Are you serious right now?
We're reloading on popcorn at halftime. We should have a great second half here at Sephora Arena. We've all been waiting for this. Paige Bueckers, you are unrivaled. And you're watching on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. We'll go to the studios in Atlanta after the break.
times where she's going to be able to let them just flow. And I like the fact that she knows that and she finds great balance in that.
Noelle, a former player in the W, 12 years, won a championship in Seattle in 2018. Let's send it over to Ross.
Aaliyah, you are a returner to Unrivaled. So how does that experience of playing in this league help you now in year 2?
Yeah, just knowing exactly what's going to happen, how the game is really played, the pace, so I think it's helped a lot.
For a lot of this game, you've got opponents that are super tall and long, and Cameron Brink and Dominique Malunga, but how have you been able to just combat that?
I think just trying to be physical, that's my game, and just make them feel us every possession.
Yeah, and this game's kind of getting tight here as both of you are going for the win. What can help you close it out?
I think just getting stops. I mean, Paige is getting to her mid-range game, just trying to make those shots a little bit tougher and rebound.
All right, thank you, baby.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Okay, Ross, thanks. Aaliyah Boston looks replenished in her role with Phantom. We'll see how her and Plum might come together in crunch time in a 5-point game. Cloud attacks, tight ropes the baseline, and Phantom runs out of real estate and time on the clock.
And Aaliyah Boston talking about them getting stops, and I think there is a level of confidence that you're going to figure out your offense is going to come around. But Breeze has done a really nice job in how they've stayed in front, the rotations that they've shown, and some of this communication in them getting defensive plays.
Harry McDonald lofts one up, and we'll get one or two at the line. I mean, look, in this third quarter, we've only had 12 points combined.
Yeah.
It's been a defensive-themed quarter.
And I think that goes back to Lisa just talking about these coaches and how they continue to implore to their team some of the corrections that need to be made, what needs to be done. A lot of that starts on the defensive end. I also think it's interesting, too, just the discrepancy in three-point attempts by both of these teams. It has been pounding it in the paint through penetration, mid-range looks, a lot of that for the Breeze, whereas the Phantom have taken quite a few more three-point shots. Those have not gone down. I think it's made it hard for them to catch a rhythm.
McDonald with the floater. Cloud snatches the basketball. 5-point ball game, and McDonald gives the foul. She's a bit shaken up after that play, so gave the foul. So Bueckers is into the ball game. I hope Barry's all right. She's fought so hard to get back on the floor. Her first action in 5 months, broke her foot when she appeared with the Indiana Fever. Ball screen, that's a pick and roll. Is area to a brief block in Unrivaled. And Paige wants to reward her for her defense. Brink does not draw a call. Phantom with numbers. Kiki area fend the step through. Oh my. Back and forth we go. Martin 3.
Well, you gotta love it. The pace, again, one of these young teams, Cameron Brink rotating over 6'5", long stretch. We know she played volleyball, folks, so her ability to get up and block shots, that's what Cameron Brink does.
Natasha Cloud is hit with a technical foul. Bueckers shoots it. And that's just worth 1 point, just for those of you keeping track at home. The technical free throw. Cloud, Iriafen, Hayes, the trio for Phantom. Bueckers, Martin, Brink, the trio for Breeze, as Paige hits the deck, and a rookie class comrade, Iriafen, helps her up.
A lot of players hitting the floor this game, right? I mean, is it more physical, or we just...
It has been a physical game.
Brink rises up and delivers over Kiki.
That's a strong finish.
Little Stanford Cardinal rivalry there. Of course, Kiki finished up at USC. Brink there to help on defense. It don't matter. Tip Hayes, as Sarah said earlier, a blur. Bueckers up fake. Settles on the wing. Cloud in a low stance defensively. Paige Bueckers with 22 points. Feeds Brink. Stuffed by Hayes. As she barks at Brink, that's a shot clock violation.
Look at this tracking and timing by Tiffany Hayes. You think that Cameron Brink's going to have a layup here off that bounce pass from Bueckers, and Tiffany Hayes with the hops, the rejection, and a little bit of something to say afterwards.
Well,
Scary
Cameron
hours
Brink,
by
she
Pitt.
does have a point. She got slapped in the face, so her mask got shifted, which meant then she couldn't even see the basket to shoot a layup. But hey, welcome to Unrivaled. You got to play through the contact.
Hayes with a pep off the mark. Oh, board Iriafen, and a foul on the floor by Brink. That is foul number 5. And fitting, Malongo is already at the scorer's table. 1:12 to go, folks, in this third quarter. As of right now, it's Breeze who will establish that winning score. Phantom wants to cut away into the deficit. Oh, Hayes, what a catch, like a wide receiver. Couldn't put it in. Watch Martin operates with the basketball. Kate Martin has worked it inside tonight. Outlet by Kiki to Cloud. That's how you run the fast break in Unrivaled.
Excellent pass, excellent finish for Tip Hayes heading to the basket.
Malonga picks up the dribble. In the hands of Bueckers, fires up a 3. Short, Hayes with the blow by. Clock running under 40 seconds. Hayes with the blow by, scores it. Wow, Tiffany Hayes makes this a 2-point game. Fadeaway jumper, Martin with the answer.
Money Martin with the finish, but I like this competition happening right here between Tip Hayes and Paige Bueckers, because that defense is so tough for Paige to really guard both these guards out on the floor.
Tiffany Hayes has 18 to lead Phantom. Shot clock off, and now Breeze wants to build on its lead for winning score, fourth quarter time. Bueckers hit a buzzer beater to end the first half. Wiggles free, feed it to Dom and score.
Okay, Dom, Paige Bueckers with the excellent pass over the top, 6'6", able to finish.
And the third quarter comes to a close. Will be a great night one. If you joined us all day long, going back to the early afternoon, we appreciate you. Unrivaled Season 2 is on. Cloud, that's a nice pass to Boston, who puts it home. Aaliyah Boston with 16.
And
Excellent
12
move.
assists already for Phantom. That's been a big part of how they've distributed the basketball and finding their points.
A key bucket for the trailing team in this winning score format to galvanize and gather momentum. Bueckers off balance, Jay, too strong on it. Paige Bueckers with 22 points, a plus 11 to lead all players in this game. Plum in the pocket, Boston unable to hit. Here is Bueckers. Hezzy by Paige, bounce it, Malonga, face up, got it.
Malonga has an excellent touch. 15-footers, 9-footers, and 3-point range. They need a little bit more of that in this fourth quarter.
Dom Malonga in Seattle at just 19 years old. Now she's 20, shot 55% from the floor. Efficient. As Paige got hit there on that last play. Each head coach gets one challenge per game. You don't need a timeout to call it. You can't earn a second one. So that's it for Breeze. Up 6, winning score 68. As Rakia Jackson goes to work inside, cannot knock it down. Back the other way, Plum lobs to Cloud in this commercial-free fourth quarter, brought to you by AT&T. Cloud searches for an angle, over to Plum with 5 to fire. Kelsey Plum, aggressive to the rim. Breeze wants to run. Jackson, 3-ball. Rebound Malonga, put back and a foul. Dom Malonga has a double-double in her Unrivaled debut, can add to the score sheet with a 1-for-2 opportunity.
Yeah, Dominique Malonga, I love her effort getting that offensive board, but then she just kind of throws it up there as opposed to gathering herself, and she'll continue to get better and better at that, Sarah. She's young, actually the youngest player here.
Yeah, and Lisa, and you talked about this, just I think the pace of this game is so fast that sometimes you get caught up in playing faster than you need to.
Exactly.
And so picking and choosing to find in those moments when you do need to slow down.
15 points, 13 boards for Dom Malonga. Let's hear more on Dom from Ross.
Well, Coach Noelle Quinn was really familiar with Dominique Malonga, having coached her in her rookie year in Seattle, and talked about her being 19 years old, turning 20. There's just a physicality aspect to her game that she's got to grow in, but luckily she's a student of the game and committed to the process and has a lot of good things going for her, like her touch and her hands and her feet. But they did call her Baby Giraffe for kind of the way that she moved out there as a rookie, but her potential is so big, guys. You see the versatility bringing the ball up the court and passing.
And Coach Roz, to your point, has encouraged Dom to use her voice, has empowered her at such a young age. She's so cerebral and so spot on with her thinking of the game.
So upside, the sky's the limit, but also that's where you do see the balance of how Aaliyah Boston has used her strength, her physicality, as she told Roz about, to be able to combat some of that size and some of that skill.
It is a key foul on Aaliyah Boston as she set the screen. She's up to 5. Each player gets up to 6, or you are disqualified from action. That's massive for Phantom to make a push here. Teammates in LA, Plum and Jackson matched up. Bueckers draws the switch on Boston. Bueckers down to 2 knees, trapped, nowhere to go, and a shot clock violation.
So pretty similar to what we saw at the start of the third quarter, just a really solid defense on both sides. Of course, you know, everyone's playing, everyone's getting into bodies, a lot of pressure on the ball and getting in passing lanes, but it's been hard to find quality shots on each side.
Each club has double-digit turnovers, a low-scoring second half. Plum, 3-ball, halfway down and out. Bueckers sitting on 22 points. Jackson catches the lob, banks it home. Tough take for Kia Jackson.
Kia Jackson still in beast mode, and I love it.
And on the other end, it's Plum dashing to the rim. Breeze is 5 away from the winning score. Just keep feeding the beast. But Boston comes up with the stop. Numbers the other way for Phantom. Cloud. Oh, whistles it right by Bueckers, and Aaliyah Boston finishes.
Come on, Aaliyah Boston with the footwork out of South Carolina. Yeah, absolutely. And when you talk about having 2 women of color who have this opportunity to be head coaches here at Unrivaled, they understand the privilege of having this opportunity, and they're taking full advantage of it. Both of them talked about being thankful and loving to be able to work with the best players in the world, but also these leaders of both of these programs.
And I think that, thankful, grateful, also deserving. Like they are deserving.
Come on, Sarah.
I mean, that's, and they're doing a tremendous job out of the gates here. We've seen such a great opening night. 4th game of our quadruple header.
And Coach Hodges even called Unrivaled for herself a training ground. And one of her tasks tonight is to slow down Paige Bueckers. 1 for 2 is true to make it 24 points for Bueckers, and Breeze is a 3-pointer away from a victory on opening night. Cloud finds Boston. Oh, shimmy, Aaliyah Boston unable to hit. A 3 wins it for Breeze. Let's see what Bueckers does. Gets downhill, leans in, short. Cloud will slip, fires it, scores it. A triple by Cloud.
Okay, Cloud, we see you. Captain Cloud leading the way. She said it's not over yet. Paige Bueckers might say it's over, but she said it's not over yet.
She sees everyone standing with their phones out.
Dribble handoff to Rakia Jackson. With 3 to fire, Jackson will take the 2. 67 for Breeze with a winning score of 68. Phantom needs buckets and stops. Over to Hayes. He's got 18 points. Bueckers stands tall and comes up with a stop on defense.
Excellent defense. Again, Tip Hayes loves that fake drive left into the basket. Paige Bueckers looks like she's exhausted right now, but she is still ready to compete.
1 second to fire. Hayes just lifts it up and rails it in. Standing. First day of Unrivaled. Season 2 is underway. We still need a game winner and a winning score. Paige Bueckers with 24 points. Malonga feeds it. Bueckers thinks about it. Cloud switches on. Bueckers is double. Jackson drives with 3, floats it up, and she's fouled. So Rakia Jackson can win the ball game at the stripe.
Number 3150 Hayes, her fourth, team third.
I like the patience again, and I know we've talked a lot about Paige Bueckers, but this is one of these things where you see there's good basketball and then there's great basketball decisions. She could have taken a shot, tried to hit the game winner, but this is where we talk about her playing basketball the right way. She got doubled and she made that extra pass, giving her teammate the opportunity with the game winner.
And night 1 of season 2 is in the books. The youngest club played fearlessly, and Breeze wins it 69-62.